is only war.
What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. We are going to do 6-game battle report for the GT we just placed first in at the Maryland Open. There was about 68 players there. Insane competition in the Northeast. We are hit with the plague. Allergies were insane today, so I apologize if I sound a little stuffy. But if you guys are new to the channel, appreciate clicking on the video. We have a lot of shout outs all over the YouTube talking about our list, what worked, what didn't work, all that stuff. We're gonna go over picture by picture, turn by turn, each game of the 6-game series, so that way you guys get to see the tactics and kind of why I did what I did and what to go against, because this is a brand new codex, so it's new for me, new for you guys. So it's really good to kind of see what works and what doesn't work going into the next RTTs and GTs coming forward. So if you guys are new to the channel, we got first Grey Knight player in the world, I think 3 years ago. Chaos Space Marines was last year #1 player in the world. We were ranked #1 player in the United States. So this year, now that Death Guard is brand new, we're trying to go for #1 Death Guard player in the world. I know Discussing Resilient Podcast gave us a really good shout out. Those guys are awesome. I really want to get a collab with them going, but that's going to be our focus this year, is a lot of Death Guard content. We do focus a lot on competitive play, tactics, you know, with a Dirtbag channel that teaches you how to be a good opponent as well as a good player at the same time. So that's kind of what we do at the Dirtbag Nation. So if you guys want to learn that, head over to the Patreon page. There's a lot of tactical videos. If you guys want coaching, head over to the Patreon page. You get coaching for either myself or another Dirtbag coach to kind of get you better at the tactics of the game, because if you know the core rules, you will win most of your games. So that's kind of what we teach here over here. Now there's a lot of merch up in the store. These are live. This shirt, this logo, which is, I wore this all GT. This was luck. So we have new hats. I want to put this, you know, red, white, and blue logo on all the hats, so I have to kind of get working on that. But right now we're starting off with the Typhus with the Death Guard. So we're gonna get into the sponsors real quick. I'm gonna post the list description in the thing below, because I did a whole video on the list that we used and why we did what we did with the list. So that's about a 30-40 minute video. That if you guys want to see the list, head over to that video and then come back and start watching these series. But we're going to try and keep the same thing consistent. We're going to get into the picture by picture, turn by turn on Get That Game. This is a 6-game series, so there's a lot of videos to kind of keep up with. But if you like both armies that we're playing, head over and watch that video. All of the links will be in the description below. All right, guys, if you want to support the channel, head over to the merch store. The description below has the link. All these shirts are up for sale. These legit red, white, and blue shirts look fire at a GT. They're super comfortable, super non-shrinkage. It's just a really, really nice shirt. Spent a lot of time picking out the right shirt. All these designs are up for sale. All the stickers as well. And if you guys need some models, we got the Cypher, which is legit. We got the Tech Marine with Grey Knight bits. We have the Phobos Librarian, the Phobos Captain, the Kaldis Assassin should be in every list, and old school Codiez. We have the widgets, 6-inch, 3-inch, 1-inch, 2-inch, half-inch. We have our objective markers, which are great for sticky objectives, any marking for oath, anything like that, and all of the stickers. So hit me up on Discord, DM, that's how you get a hold of these, and the merch tab below for the shirts. Now back to the video. All right, guys, can't talk about the merch enough. This logo is like my favorite logo of the three. We just got mugs in, so mugs look legit. I just ordered one for myself. I think it's a 16-ounce mug, but it got the Dirtbag Nation with the Typhus logo on it. I think I did one for Grey Knights and Chaos as well. And then the hats. The hat literally came in an hour before I left for the GT, so we had to represent the hat. The hat is fire. That's up in the merch stores. All right, boys, what you've been all waiting for, the Death Guard mirror match against one of the top players in the Northeast, in the United States, really, but Tyler. He's playing my list. I'm just kidding if he's watching this, Tyler. It was a great game. You definitely copied my list, or did I copy yours? Who the hell knows? But it's a very similar list. I never really check the list before I go to a GT. A lot of people like to look at everybody's list like the day or two before the GT when they make them live. I don't do that because I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at anyway. So I kind of just never do that. So with this list, his list is similar but different at the same time. He's running the Vectorum, same one we are. He ran one Death Shroud unit with Lord of Contagion, and I think the crit ones, so the demon one. He's got the solo Lord of Virulence to give the bloat drones the full rerolls to hit. He's got the Mothic Blight Hauler solo, or one of them, 90-point awesomeness. He's got a Rhino. He's got 10-man Plague Marines just like us, except he's got the Plaguecaster with the enhancement. Plaguecaster with the enhancement for the devs, which I think he said he was going to take off because it didn't really come up that much. But full rerolls to hit and wound with that Plague Marine unit, with sustain hits 1 from the Plaguecaster, and the critting on 5s is bonkers. So he was doing really well with it. That was such a good combo. We did the no charging or the no advancing guy, the flamer dude, instead of this guy. So that was our difference. He's also got, I believe, 2 Meltas, just like us, 2 Blight Launchers. He only has 1 Flamer, I believe, and he doesn't have the icon. He's got 4 heavy weapons. We only had 2 heavy weapons. So that was the difference there. He's got the solo. He actually does have this guy, but it's solo, which I really like. So I like the solo guy because you can either put him with a unit or keep him solo, or you can just kind of like sit on your backfield objective. Maybe a Tallyman might be better. But if you have a lot of advancing armies in your meta, you got Custodes, Blood Angels, Emperor's Children, Chaos Space Marines, World Eaters, Chaos Demons. Like, there's a lot of armies that advance and charge. Then he's got a big old Morty. 3 Blight Haulers, or 3 of the Bloat Drones with the guns, 2 Poxwalkers, and Spawn, and Demon Prince. So very, very similar list. The difference was he's got an extra one of these. He's got a Lord of Valence. I have an extra Death Shroud unit with the Lord of Contagion. And he's got an extra character and different weapons. And the Blight Hauler. So those points equated to my 250 points of awesomeness with the Death Shroud. 2 units of Death Shroud compared to 1. So 2 units, it just gives you more options, more killy power, and more like, F you, what the hell are you going to do, right? So, this is our deployment. The mission is... Let's pull that up for you guys. So, mission is Scorched Earth. We were deploying, and he chose to pick first, and how he deployed his dudes was kind of like this, but on that side. So, he put his Poxwalkers on this objective, strung out, and then touched that objective. So when he deployed first, I was like, fuck, man, why'd you do that? Like, now I have to do that on this side. So we were just mirroring each other with deployment. So this is kind of how he deployed his 1 Poxwalker unit, and then his 2nd Poxwalker unit, he deployed the same thing, just right behind them. So now he has 2 units touching 2 objectives. If he goes first, they're both sticky, which is cool. But if you go second, now these guys could die, and you can give me overwhelming force. You can give me an easy charge target to get you in contagion range. Like, there's a lot of things about that. I think if I were to deploy, I would have deployed my 1 unit here, like I did. I deployed them back there, so that way turn 1 they can move up and do an action on this. If he didn't have his guy there, I would have deployed on the point, like 1 inch away from the wall. And then my 2nd unit, I probably would have put in the back here, like I usually do. So I either deploy here, or in the back here. So 1 back here almost every single game. But since he didn't do that, I didn't do that. So I just copied him. I put my guys off the objective, and I went like around here to here. So that way I can move up 5 and do an action. I can move up 5 and do an action. So I was off the board in case he got overwhelming force, so I didn't give him points turn 1. I didn't care about the sticky turn 1 because we were just going to keep fighting over objectives anyway. I moved, I positioned them so that way they're speed 5 so they can move up onto the objective and do a point if I can. If I'm too far away, and them being there is kind of pointless. Same with over here. You want to deploy them 5 inches away so that way they can move up on the objective. If they're 6 or 7 inches away, them being there doesn't fucking do anything. So you want to deploy them so that way they can walk up on the point and do something. Then, as we're deploying, right, we have to pick what contagion we're doing. So he said, fuck it, I'm just going to roll, which love this guy. So I was like, no. So I'm going to put a dice down and I have my contagion picked, right? You then could just pick your contagion. So I picked -1 to hit, right? He picked -1 AP. We both had no idea what the fuck contagion was going to work, because I think this was the first time we played Death Guard on Death Guard. So we both learned a lot from playing each other in this matchup, whether it be the rules, the new rules, the contagions, what can kill what can't kill what, where you want to deploy, like all that shit. This was such a good learning game between me and Tyler. So we go first with Scorched Earth. We get Established Locusts and Marked for Death, of course, turn 1. So we get Marked for Death turn 1. With Scorched Earth, you can only get 10 points for primary unless you do a burn. So this mission, you always have to try and hold 2, like guaranteed. That way you can at least guarantee 10, and then you're basically fighting over and try and stop him from getting 10 for the rest of the game. So for us, we basically wanted to hold this one up here, which he could have held that one if he put his Poxwalkers over here. So we held this one the whole game, and then this one down here we held basically the whole game. We started Morty. I should have deep struck Morty, but we started Morty all the way in this back corner there because he has 3 blow drones, blow drones, the gun guys. I only have 2, so he started all 3 on the board. I started 1 of mine in reserves, so that way they can walk on and potentially shoot something. He probably could have started 2 in reserves and 1 on the board. So he probably could have started the 1 right there, or where it is right there, and then put the other 2 off into reserve. So that way when he walks on, he just has easy shots. His solo Lord of Contagion came down, look at something, and then full rerolls to hit against that target. So I think for him, he could have started 2 in reserves, if not all 3 in reserves. So that way you could just get turn 2, come in and just blow up whatever the hell you want. So for us, we started 1 off the table. We also started both Lord of Contagions off the table. He started his Lord of Contagion off the table. He started Lord of Virulence off the table. He had a solo guy back here. He had the Rhino back there. We deployed pretty much similar. I had my Morty back here. We can't put our Mortys on the other side of this wall, which was dumb because the buildings are too close. So they said in the beginning of the day that if you have a 4-inch base, you cannot go through that wall, which actually comes up at the end of this game, which kind of sucks. So usually you can go through there. Like if these things are back far enough, you could just move through it with Morty. But since they're within 3 or 4 inches, you can't move Morty through this center ruin, right? So you could remove a Rhino, but not Morty, which sucks because usually Morty starts right back there and then he just runs forward into this little corner. I had to start mine all the way back there because, again, he has more guns than I do. He just started him right up front. He's like, fuck you. You only have 1 gun. Try and kill him. The Demon Princess started pretty much in the center. His Light Hauler started there, and then the Rhino, Solo, and then Spawn were back there. My spawn started right there so they can scout move if I needed to. These guys are in the Rhino, I believe, on the other side here. Poxwalkers, I already told you, and the other Poxwalkers up there. All right, so turn 1, he basically gives me his Demon Prince. Yeah, so he gives me his Demon Prince. His Demon Prince is, I believe, right here where that little thing is. So when his Demon Prince is there, my idea is like, all right, we're going to test to see how tanky this guy is. We move up our guys 12 inches from back there to up there, and we get everybody out of 3, so that way they're all within range of 12 inches of the Demon Prince because he has Lone Up. These guys move up, so they scout 6 and then move up 8. I didn't know the one strat, like you have to be in contagion range to get the full rerolls to hit. So I was like, all right, I'm going to get out, full rerolls to hit, and just murder them. The spawn were off by about 1 inch because I didn't place them knowing that I had to be within contagion range to get the full rerolls to hit and wound. So I didn't use that strat because there's no need because I didn't get the full rerolls to hit and wound. So if the spawn moved up and just put this guy within 3, that probably would have been better for me. But again, I just didn't know that. So that was a good call by him. And then he reacted move the Demon Prince onto the point to try and stop me from getting the point.
and I guess he wants to make it sticky. So I commit my Demon Prince up, move up my spawn. We shoot a bunch into the Poxwalkers. We kill one full unit of Poxwalkers. We leave one Poxwalker from the other unit. Morty helps out. The Blight Hauler is not within 12 of this guy, so I can't shoot him with the Blight Hauler. So I think the Blight Hauler shot into the boxes to help kill some of them. And then the Rhino shot the boxes. Morty shot the boxes. And then we put the Blight Launcher into the boxes this way, and then the Flamer, I think, shot the box this way. Only these shot into the Demon Prince. So we critted both times with the Melta. He made both saves. We critted with the Plasma overcharging, made both saves. We did a bunch of wounds with the Blight Launchers, made both saves. The Flamers, I think, went into the Poxwalkers because they were going to wound on 6s anyway, so they just went into the Poxwalkers. Everything that could shoot the big guy and hurt the big guy, we shot the big guy. Everything that couldn't flamer, we put into the Poxes. So we killed all but one Pox, so we killed 19 Poxes, and we took this guy down to 1 wound. Sorry, we only took 1 wound from him. With his Feel No Pains and all of his invuln saves, he just fucking nothing. Then we charge. So we charge our spawn into him. He counters with his spawn, and then we charge our Demon Prince into him. So it's Demon Prince on Demon Prince, hate crime, turn 1. This is insane. This is turn 1, guys. This is fucking turn 1, and we're already fighting in the center. This is death card. All right, so I charge in. I do have the -1 to hit strat up. He has the -1 AP, but again, I have a 4-up invuln save. I have 4-up saves over there. 5-up Feel No Pain, all that stuff. After all the attacks from all of the guns and the charging and the mortals, I don't think I did really any mortals, I take his guy down to 9. Again, meaning I didn't do any fucking damage to him. So I did absolutely nothing to him. I put him in Contagion, which is cool. Sure, with the Plague Marines. But that was it. I took him down to 8. So I guess I did 1 more wound from him with the mortals back. So that was brutal. We killed 1 spawn, took 1 down to 2, and we got this guy down to 8 wounds. So all in all, I lost my Demon Prince back because he moves up and does the same thing I did. He's like, "Are we just gonna mirror each other?" I'm like, "Yeah, probably." He's like, "All right, let's do it." So he moves up his Plague Marines, does the same fucking thing, moves up, gets out, puts my Demon Prince within whatever, does the full rerolls to hit and wound against him. I actually fail my saves, unlike Tyler, which then this guy dies. Morty moves up into here, gets a bunch of shots. He shoots his Plague Marines that can shoot into my Plague Marines. His Morty into my Plague Marines. The Demon Prince into there. These guys shoot the Demon Prince. Like, just so many shots coming in from the Death Guard side. He killed my full 10-man Plague Marine brick in 1 go. He killed my Demon Prince, and he killed my spawn. So, and then this unit got down to 2 guys. He did charge me with the Plague Hauler, which I think he had Secure No Man's Land. So he actually lost 2 points because he charged in with this guy getting off this point. So he actually lost Secure No Man's Land, which was a little fumble. He's like, "Oh, fuck, I lost No Man's Land because I charged this guy." And obviously it was too late because he already made all of his attacks and I already removed all my models. So he's like, all right, so he only gets 2 for that, which you could have got 4 easily by just moving him up onto the point and just ignoring these guys for now. Okay, my Blight Hauler though didn't get shot, which helped. Morty didn't really get shot, but he did kill. Let me add up the points. He killed 540 points worth of guys. Turn 1. I killed 0. No, I killed 60 points. I killed like 90 points of Plague Marines. So that was a good trade, right? 540 points. So this was not looking good. I was like, fuck, I literally lost everything. But again, I have his armies now up and out, and I still have Death Shroud coming in. So it's still back and forth. Now I have to try and trade my Plague Marines for his Plague Marines and stuff like that. So I think what I would have done differently was just move up the Rhino and just stage and kind of just wait and see what happens. That would have been a lot longer of a game, but we weren't having that shit. So number 2, we come down. We get Assassinate. So on turn 2, we get Assassinate and Containment. So great turn 2. So Contain, I have to put these guys within 9 so they can contain that quarter. We contained with Typhus over in this corner. So Typhus came down in the backfield at a pretty big spot back here. So it came down 9 away. So if Typhus comes down and just nukes this 4-wound character, that gets me Assassinate. If I can make the charge with the Death Shroud, charge 9, I can steal his primary, which will steal 5 points from him. I also have this guy over here that I could potentially charge in 9 as well, and then pile onto the objective, which I think is what I did. The bloat drone comes in over here to get line of sight onto his bloat drone. If I could trade 1 for 1, that would be good. So I want to try and kill this bloat drone, because the other 2 are over there, so he can't get line of sight to this guy. That's why I brought him in over here. The 2 dudes fall back. I think 1 dies with a desperate, so 1 falls back. I was trying to figure out where my Death Shroud gonna go. So 1 Death Shroud over here. I wish I could just put 2 down, try and charge Morty and kill Morty, but then he would have blown up and killed most of the guys back anyway. Plus, I don't think I could kill Morty with Death Shroud, because -1 damage, I would go down to damage 1. Yeah, I can't kill Morty with Death Shroud. All right, so my 1 unit comes down here. Outside of 6 of this unit, Morty, and the Demon Prince. So basically outside 6 of all these 3. Rhino scooches up, puts all 3 of these guys into contagion range. These guys scooch up to get within 12 of just this guy. So that way I can shoot 12-inch shots into him and he can't overwatch me or shoot me back. He can shoot me back, but it would only be with 1 Melt-A-Gun. The other ones would overwatch me from too far, and he doesn't really want to use the shoot back because I have some Death Shroud looking at him, which he wants to fight on death. So Morty scooches from over there to over here to set up for the next turn. I get some shots off on, I think, the Plague Marines. 24-inch range is huge now. These guys line up to the Plague Marines, and then these guys want to shoot, I think, the Plague Marines as well within 12 of this guy. So that is what we do. When does he rapid? He doesn't rapid. He does rapid. So he rapids down right here on the point, which is smart because he doesn't have anything on this point. If he rapids down on the point, he can make it sticky and then still get 5 points. Because if I steal his home field, he gets a 0 this turn. So really smart play. He rapids right down onto the point. So that way he at least guarantees 5 on turn 2, which is what happens. So he gets 5 points on turn 2 because he rapided those guys. We did charge the Rhino in to the Demon Prince. We tank shock, do I guess 2 or 3 mortals to him, take him down to 6. This guy's down to 1. And then I don't commit my Death Shroud because if I charge in, he's just going to combi with either his Death Shroud or Morty. So I actually don't charge. So I come down, shoot, but then don't charge. You have to be defensive but aggressive at the same time with the Death Shroud. Don't want to give Death Shroud up for nothing because they are the main, killing power in your list. We did, however, kill the character with Typhus. I think we rolled a 5 for the damage. Maybe a 6. This is in this game, every time I rolled a 6, Tyler fucking hated it. I was rolling a 6 and he's like, what the fuck? Like 6, 6, 6. And then every time I rolled like a 1 through a 3, I was like, oh, look at that. I rolled a 1 through a 3. Dude, I was just busting his balls the whole game. He's like, it's not funny anymore. so yeah, it kind of is. So we did that. I rolled a 6, so it was D6 plus 3. So we instantly killed that character. That was awesome. And then we make the charge with our Lord of Contagion onto this guy right here. So we rolled a 9 at a deep strike, which was fucking awesome. Roll a 9, we get the Lord of Contagion out of there, and we string out our other 3 back here, so that way we can pile in to the objective. So we charge in from here, straight, because we're ending closer to this guy. And then when we pile in still getting to the closest enemy unit, which would be this guy now. So we pile in, get onto that point, and then we steal his home field. So we get rid of Sticky. We stopped 5 points. He did really well by keeping 5 points over here. If he didn't bring those guys in and let's say he rapided back here instead, then he would have lost 5 points. So that was huge. This guy failed his charge, was going to try and charge in tank shock up there instead. And that was all my charges for that turn. We killed all these guys. They became battle shocked. I think on his turn they were battle shocked. I took him down, same thing as me. They have 2 characters and 1 melted guy left. We killed all the other Plague Marines, which was good. But now his Lord of Contagion, Death Shroud are now down, so I don't have to worry about them with the Deep Strike. If they would have, like, I guess, came in up here and taken this point, just make that sticky for the rest of the game, that would have helped. But again, he had to bring them in right here to stop primary. He could have, I guess, brought his Lord of Contagion down there instead of his Death Shroud. That probably would have helped a lot. But again, he probably was thinking, all right, if I come down here, I can countercharge. Even though he already has Morty there to countercharge. I think Lord of Contagion coming down there definitely would have helped, because now that's sticky with only one model. And then the Death Shroud could come down in his turn and then make a charge on maybe this guy or these guys, probably these guys, and just clear his backfield pretty easily. So that I see that probably would have been a little bit different. So for his turn, Demon Prince and everything failed to kill the Rhino, and this is where you saw a huge difference with the -1 to hit compared to -1 AP. -1 to hit was huge in this turn because a lot of the stuff that was trying to shoot the Terminators, shoot the Rhino, kill the Rhino, if they can kill the Rhino, the Demon Prince can then charge into these guys or these guys to kill these two guys off the table. Same with the spawn. So he just failed to kill the Rhino. I don't know if he put enough into it or just rolled like shit with the Blight Haulers. They had one Blight Hauler came over to here to try and clear these guys off. These guys moved back. This guy fell back onto the point. These guys moved up to get the charge off on my Terminator. So his Terminators versus my Terminators. His hit less because the -1, and with the -1 damage strat or the fight on death. This wasn't within 6. He let me high roll this. He should have been within 6 of Morty, so that way I can move back 5 inches. But since I was out by like half of an inch, I was like, hey, do you mind if I move this guy back? And he did something which I really thought was cool. Like, hey, just high roll it, right? Which then I started doing the last 2 games that I played. I was like, hey, just fucking high roll it. So we high rolled it. Well, there's a 3, so he didn't let me take it back, which was like, all right, that's fair. Playing, second to last game of a GT that we're both, trying to win. That was fair on his part, so that was really cool. But these guys probably should have moved back when these guys moved forward. So that was my mistake with these guys right there. My Blade Hauler or Blow Drone is still fucking alive somehow. Lord of Contagion came back here because he had containment or sabotage. So him being back there, I knew what this guy was doing next turn. I could either bring Morty back, which I didn't want to, but I still had a Blow Drone to move back, shoot, and then charge to Tank Shock to try and finish him off. So that was this guy's mission next turn, because I have to try and get rid of that sabotage for 6 fucking points. Okay, so after that, Morty moves up, charges, doesn't kill the Lord of Contagion. I think it's a Lord of Contagion and 1 Terminator left. I still have Typhus back here. The Demon Prince, again, didn't kill the Rhino, so he's stuck in combat. Or maybe, I think he kills him in melee, but at that point, he did his job just by holding him up. So he kills him in melee. He's down to 3 wounds. Mine is already dead, again, from turn 1. This guy's on 1 wound. My other guy moves back. This guy falls back. He kills 3 of my Death Shrouds, so I only have the Lord of Contagion left. He's got his Lord of Contagion, so I have to not charge his Lord of Contagion, just kind of shoot him, which I think we kill him, and then he pops back up. No, we don't kill him this turn. I think we wait to see what he does, but we have to try and kill his Demon Prince this turn. So I think we get bring it down. I think this turn, or overwhelming force. So we have to try and kill this guy to get him off the point. Morty's on 11. My Morty is full. Blow Drone moved up on the point to tie his point. Now, this is what I didn't remember, was that sticky. So even though we tie, since it's sticky, it's still under his control. So I needed to get 1 more model on that objective. Or, this one guy right here. I don't know if he passes Battle Shock. I think he did it. If he passes Battle Shock, he just runs onto the point. And then I control it now. So he saved 5 points by doing that, by keeping that sticky. And then up here, he's got his Blow Drone. So I think I'm about to move up Typhus, shoot his Blow Drone with some Mortals, and then charge his Blow Drone. And now we have a Morty on Morty off, right in the center. So Morty, he's got 11 wounds. I have 11 wounds. So this is about to go down. He still has that one Poxwalker left, which we found out he didn't know that I knew, because that's the first thing I look at with rhinos. What can go in a rhino? Poxwalkers can go in a rhino. It just says Death Guard infantry models, which Poxwalkers are Death Guard infantry models. So they can actually go into rhinos, and you can actually get them out and, you know, move the extra 3 inches. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool trick. I'm going to try. His one guy gets over here. He steals my objective up here. We then kind of go back onto the objective, steal back. Like I said before, this guy moved up, killed his Lord of Virulence back here. So he moves back, shoots him, kills him to the guns, like rolled super hot, killed him to the guns, didn't have to charge him to tank shock him. That's where he's at back there. And then over here, his Lord of Contagion has to move up and do sabotage again. So he's trying to move up and do sabotage for the second turn in a row. I asked the judge, like, hey, if he dies during sabotage, does sabotage fail? So they said yes. Like, all right, now I have to kill his Lord of Contagion that's doing the sabotage and just kind of like let him get back up and do whatever. So we throw a grenade into him. We shoot him. And then I think we charge him and then we kill him. So we killed him. He gets back up with 3 wounds. And then we basically just do the same thing again. Over here, we're fighting our Lord of Contagion that was here, moved up, charged. Couldn't kill him. Like, my Lord of Contagion couldn't kill the 9 wound or 10 wound Blighthauler. Typhus did kill that guy up there, though. So that's cool. We're trading, like, characters for beasts. These guys started to do the burn. So this is where this came up right here. This shouldn't be like this. Like, you should be able to move a 4-inch model through this building. Lord of Contagion, and this guy is doing the action to burn on his home field objective. If I can burn that without him trying to steal it from me, I can then get 10 points. So he has to go straight up and down, which isn't enough distance for Morty to go up and down. So he basically just can't move his model back here, which is just so dumb. So that was the only thing I didn't like about this terrain setup, about the store. Everything else is perfect, like just what the terrain looks like, all that stuff. I think these should be able to be 4 inches wide, or move them back enough so that way you can move 4 inches through. 5 inches, I understand, like Dorn shouldn't be able to fit through there, but 4-inch models like Morty and everything should be able to fit through that wall. So this is where I kind of won right here, was Morty can't go back that way to kill these guys to get rid of burn. And then I forgot when Morty was down to, I think, 3 wounds. This is awesome. Is Morty versus my Morty. I love that fucking paint job. The old school Death Guard. Looks awesome. Dude, he's got the hazard stripes and stuff. Green slime everywhere. That's really cool. And then we got our fucking badass base. Just slime everywhere. I painted this guy. Alright, so Morty on, Morty off. What happens? The -1 hit definitely helps. I have 3 wounds. This is where I forgot that Morty can suck wounds off. If I would have known that, probably would have killed his Morty and healed mine up. So you roll the amount of dice that you have wounds left, or wounds taken. So I would have rolled, 13 dice. And on 5+, he takes a mortal, and then I suck a mortal. So I would have healed back up potentially to 9. He would have went down to 5, and then I potentially could have killed him in melee. My Lord of Contagion moved up and charged him after burning the home field objective. Typhus, I think, moved up and did some mortal wounds to him. These guys, he killed all but one of my Poxwalkers, which he just kind of fell back and stopped his movement from coming into my terrain or home field objective. Same with this guy. This guy just ran over to here to stop his movement. I still had the Blighthauler somehow live with 1 wound. My home field is still sticky. We killed that Lord of Contagion over here with some grenades. This guy's still alive, but battle shocked. And then his Blighthauler, I think, was still alive. I think he moved back there because this is sticky anyway. So this is the end board state. I think he killed Morty, and then I blew up. And that was basically the game. So end board state right here. And this is the final score. So by turn, I think 4 was really, like, it was close. And then by turn 4, when he couldn't move his Morty through the building, that was really when it, like, all right, this is not good. And killing his Lord of Virulence to stop sabotage for a second turn. So Lord of Virulence comes down, does sabotage, we kill him, and then he tries to do it again, and then we kill him again. So he just couldn't do sabotage. That was that was tough. And yeah, it was then this Rhino not dying was definitely tough, because then these two could have like charged in and murdered most of these guys. I think him coming in the Death Shroud and killing the Death Shroud with the Lord of Contagion definitely would have killed me. Me not being within 6 inches of Morty at all times definitely suffered. And then me giving up my Plague Marines turn 1 was just dumb. And so I gave up 540 points turn 1, which was just dumb. Me having the more Death Shroud than him, I should have waited and then committed everything at once. So, and just could say, all right, here is my army. Try and kill it. If you can, you win. If not, I win. And that's kind of, I think, how Death Guard in this detachment plays. And I love Typhus. Typhus is so good. That was a big difference between our list and his list. I had Typhus, he had Lord of Virulence. I think Typhus is better than the Lord of Virulence, but the Lord of Virulence has its roles with the Blight Haulers or the Bloat Drones that he has 3 of. I only have 2. So that was a big difference. I do want to steal the idea of the Malefic Plaguecaster with the sustain, because that combo is insane. But I also like the 2 5-man Plague Marine units to do more actions compared to 1 10-man Plague Marine unit. So, but all in all, Tyler, one of the best players in the United States. He already won his golden ticket at the Battle for Alzheimer's. I think it was first place won it, then went to second place, which was me. I already had one, so then went to third place, which was Tyler. So Tyler won a golden ticket at the Battle for Alzheimer's, which is the last time I saw him. And then this time he already won a golden ticket. I already had one, so I went to next place, which was our next opponent, Space Marines, Salamanders, which is going to be awesome game to talk about. So I went to him, who he won the golden ticket. And then Max, our boy, who plays Necrons, who's at all of the events that we go to, he won another golden ticket. So it was so cool. If you're going to these local events, local tournaments that give away golden tickets, if you're going in like the Northeast, which is super high meta, like really good players, a lot of them already have golden tickets to the Worlds. So if you go and place high enough, it's going to get trickled down to the next placing ranking, which could be you. So later in the season, you're going to see a lot of golden tickets go to like 6th, 7th, 8th, maybe even 9th place, because a lot of them ahead already have golden tickets. So always a chance for you guys to get a ticket to Worlds, which is 100% recommended. It's one of the best tournaments I've ever been to. You meet people from all over the world, and you get to kind of see that this game brings literally the world together. How cheesy is that? But it was so cool to play people from France, Mexico, UK, Canada, like everywhere. That was really cool. And Russia, there's a lot of Russians. That was really cool. So I think there was somebody from Japan there too. Yeah, it was awesome. So this is the final score, 98-64. We had 10, 10, 10, and then 10, but burnt the home field, so we got 20. So the way to get 50 in this is you need 2 burns in no man's land or 1 burn in your opponent's deployment zone. So you need to get 10 every single turn and then at least burn your home field or your opponent's home field to max out 50. So that's kind of what was our game plan the whole turn. You don't want to burn too early, because if you're burning too early, you're going to lose out on 5 to 10 points because you got rid of the objective that you were easily holding. So if my boxes burnt in the top left by turn 3, I would have lost out on 5-10 points, which I actually made that mistake at Worlds. So learn from that. If you could burn center somehow, try and do that. Like if your Rhino just randomly is like surrounded by all of the people in front of you and they can't get to your Rhino, just start burning with your Rhino. And if your Rhino takes away the center objective, you now are guaranteeing that you're going to like max out primary, because on turn 5 you could just burn the top objective that you've been holding all game and then max out for primary. So that's definitely a good trick with Scorched. We get 2 on turn 1, 11, 5, 9, and 11. So 38 out of 40, really good secondary points for us in this game. And for Tyler, he had 30 out of 50. We kept him to a 5, which could have been a 0 if he didn't rapid ingress on that point. So smart play by Ty. 10, 5, because we stole his home field objective. And he was only able to hold that top objective. And then 10 on turn 5, because I think he burnt. What did he burn? He burnt, I think, the one objective. I think we were just talking the point, so he just kind of like moved over and burnt the one objective in the no man's land. So, and then for secondaries, he got 24 out of 40. So he had 7 turn 1. He had 6 for containment on turn 2 because he had enough bodies to do it. 5, 6, and then 0 on turn 5. So 24 out of 40, that was kind of like the big change right there. We were just kind of murdering each other in this center. But big score, 98 to 64. Tyler went on to place second at this event. So let me see the placings. Yeah, Tyler placed second in this event, so he went 5 and 1. Max, who also won the golden. So Tyler would have won the golden ticket, which he already has one. So it went to Max, and then Sean, which is our last player, last game. He won a golden ticket because the guy who won the battle points with the painting, I forget what they call it, but that title, he already had a golden ticket. So then they just went into next in order. So 3 and 4 this game won a golden ticket. Almost went to Zach, our local boy. Almost went to Zach if one of these two had a golden ticket. So close ass game. But let's get into game 6, final game against Sean, who is running Salamanders. Did very, very well. But this was his first time, again, playing Death Guard. So let's get into this next game, next battle report. But guys, let me know in the comments below what you liked, didn't like, how I can improve on the channel. Hopefully you learned a lot from the Death Guard mirror match. Pick the -1 to hit if you're playing against another Death Guard unit or army, because that is the best way to go against them. And then just trade well. I traded very bad with my first turn, but in the end we traded very well. So let me know in the comments below what you liked, didn't like, how we can improve on the channel. Check out the DB merch and the Typhus hat and shirt and fun shit like that. But we'll see you in game 6 championship game in the next video soon. What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. If you guys are interested in joining the Dirtbag Nation over at patreon.com, you get a bunch of perks. What we did in 2024 was we really expanded. I had traveled a ton and I played my ass off in 40k. Right now we're ranked #1 best player in the United States on ITC rankings. We were the #1 Chaos Space Marine player in the world this year in 2024. 2 years ago, we got ranked #1 Grey Knight player in the world, and this year we're probably going to go into Death Guard, hopefully when the new Codex comes out, or Emperor's Children. But you guys, if you guys want that head coach or that coach always in your corner, just to ask questions, bounce ideas off, that's what the competitive Dirtbag and the Dirtbag Nation is all about. If you guys want to support the channel, you head over to patreon.com. You can join the Just a Car tab, which is $5 a month. You guys get access to the Discord Patreon tab. You have to be a patron to get into that Discord, and also I'm always there. All the other coaches are there. Basically, it's just such a good community over on Discord that you guys get specific access to it that only Patreons can get. If you guys want to bump that up, the competitive Dirtbag tier, you guys get to message me or another Grandmaster or another Dirtbag coach over the Dirtbag Nation to add unlimited questions, list ideas, list reviews, and bounce ideas off of. That's what having a coach in your corner is all about. If you guys want to bump up to the Grandmaster tier, that tier you get every perk under the sun. So basically you get access to Discord, you get one-on-one coaching, you get a call once a month if you guys would like to go over any RTTs coming up, any GTs coming up, any list reviews live over Discord chat, and also a special perk that Grandmasters get. If you guys want any video suggestions like we do all the time with these table setups that we just upgraded thanks to the Patreons, you guys get suggestions or battle reports you want to see specifically played live by a coach or myself on the next battle report, or a live battle report coming up on the Patreon. So you guys get obviously first access to all the videos. We post them first on patreon.com, but there's just a ton of benefits to having a professional coach that plays this game all the time at the very, very high competitive level in your corner at all times. And that's really what the Dirtbag Nation is all about, getting you guys better at 40K, the basics, and being good in your community. So if you guys want to support the channel, I really appreciate it. Couldn't have done it without you guys in 2024, 2025. I am super stoked for, super excited for. We really want to get a bigger studio going. That is going to be my focus in 2025, is really growing the community on YouTube and Patreon specifically. So thank you so much for 2024, all my Patreons. If you guys are interested in joining and want that coach in your corner, head over to patreon.com and support the channel. Appreciate it.